Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Northwell Health Ice Center here in East Meadow, New York for more Farmingdale State Rams hockey as they take on the Drexel Dragons. And you might be wondering, that doesn't sound like Travis Quigley. Brady Campbell with you here tonight alongside Gabe Takuri and Paul Trentini as the Rams look to keep their hot start going against a very good team in the Dragons. Dragons 5-1 to start the year, and the Rams at 7-1, looking to keep things going to start their campaign. Rams, of course, in the home white, Dragons in the road blue. Puck down, we are underway, and the Rams win the opening faceoff, send it on goal. And making the cover is Tyler Richmond, number 32, getting the start tonight for Drexel. He will be opposed by number 34, down the other end, Andrew Barron. Rams go on the attack here to start. They're going with Kravitz and Frank Alessi on the back end. That's Alessi with the puck now. He tries to sweep it around the board. Stepping up for the Dragons, Ryan Sambuco. Pass back out to the point. Santino Tiberio shot deflects over the goal. Looks like the captain, Matt Harris, may have gotten the piece. Another try from the point, whistles high. Joe Quigley checked to the boards. Keeps it moving with his skate. Has some help in the form of Chris Keller. And here come the Rams. Potential odd-man Ross. Pass across. Unable to get the shot away. Ivers. Good look for the Rams early. Back the other way comes Drexel. And getting the red line is Harris. And he dumps it in as both teams will complete changes. Aaron Leach Wilson goes around the boards with it, waiting there to intercept Latham Hutchinson. Dragons go to work again. Around the boards it comes to the near side. To Sean O'Donnell. Couldn't sweep it out. And here's Mudrick. Couldn't step through. Hutchinson gets to it. Around it comes, moved by Mudrick. And the Rams finally gain possession, trying to sweep it out here. Dylan Bridgewood, but Drexel comes right back in with the dump in. Leach Wilson gets to it, leaves it for a teammate, and the Rams clear it down the ice. Does this one have enough? It looks like it will for an icing call. Just over 18 minutes left here in this first period. Just about 2 minutes gone, and we're still scoreless. Good chance, though, for the Rams out of the gate. Thomas Ivers, of course, out of Islip Terrace, New York, here on the island, as are many of the Rams, nearly capitalizing on that one. Face-off here in their end, and it's Bridgewood that comes away with it, flips it out, looking for a teammate. A shot from the outside is stopped by Richmond. To the point, slap shot, no problem that time for Richmond as he denies Thomas Smith. Face off here coming to the right of Richmond now. Offensive zone draw for Farmingdale. 2-on-1 battle there in the near side, though, and clearing it out are the Drexel Dragons, and Adam Lazine will flip it in. As we mentioned, both these teams off to kind of as expected hot start to the seasons. Here's Lombardo, took a big hit that time from, it looked to be Eric Eisler. Eisler gets to it. And backhands it back out to center. Dragons play a very physical brand of hockey. Here's Lazine back in. Loads up a slapper. He was stick lifted by Duffy from behind, and then Duffy clip skates with the official. As the Farmingdale Rams start back out. Del Grosso off his stick. Goes in 1-on-3. Pins it to the kick plate there for a moment. Now it comes free to the near side. Anthony Rodriguez in on the forecheck. Escaping with it, however, is Harris. And Harris over the line to the circle, tries to sweep it in front. Good defensive stick, forced it behind. Back out to the point, Tiberio shot didn't make it through. Cleared out. Richmond will come to the hash marks to move it. Rams send it right back in off the stick of Alessi. Bouncing puck, held in at the point, moved down to the corner. Here's Ivers trying for a man in front, just out of the reach of Devine. On the backhand now, looking for a cross-ice feed. It was picked off, and outstart the Dragons from the red line. Shot goes wide from Benjamin Burkon. It's icing against Drexel. Drexel's only loss coming in their second game, 5-4 against West Virginia. They beat West Virginia. They beat Navy twice. They beat TCNJ and Temple as well. Here to face the Rams in a back-to-back set. It will be a home game for Drexel tomorrow between these two teams. Rams start back up with it. Finds Quigley. Fires it around the boards. Loose stick on the ice. Belonged to one of the Dragons off the face-off. See if that comes into play. It's sitting right in the slot. Rams have to find their way into the attacking zone, though, and they will. Chipping it in is Keller. Swept towards the front. Quigley couldn't reach it. Had to kind of reach around that loose stick. Back the other way, Drexel. Hutchinson down low. Here's Mudrick. Puck to the near side. Rams look to clear. Backhand attempt didn't go. It was held up for a minute by Nathan Steele and then eventually cleared out where William Mikolas gets back on it. Rams completing a change as it's deflected in by Steele once again. And getting back on it, Smith hammers it right back where it came from. Delayed offside against Drexel. Bouncing puck, look out, nearly stolen away by Joe Minio. Drexel clears it in, and Rams clear it right back out. Minio nearly stole that pass, however, entering the zone here, Satoru Eto. And Eric Eisler trying to jam it. Bouncing puck, pops out to the circle shot. Did it go? It did! The ref rules it's a goal, and Drexel strikes first on the goal from Dylan Manchester. Let's see the end of it there. A shot caught what some thought was the crossbar. The ref rules, though, it crossed the plane. So Drexel, it appears, has the opening goal. And off to a good start there on their first real dangerous attempt of the game so far. 14:22 to go, first period. Rams trying to bring it right back in. Unable to do so was Crodell, and Drexel, and that was close to offside. They ruled onside, and having to make the stop was Barron. Back out comes Drexel. Fire right back in, though. Crodell couldn't step through. Duffy in to help. Duffy swings it towards the front. Knocked out of harm's way. To the point it comes. Held in once more. Crodell down low. Duffy, tough angle try. Save Richmond. And finally, Drexel will look to clear. They will. It takes a friendly hop for the Dragons as well, although we have a whistle behind the play, it appears. As Drexel was making a change. Referee, linesmen come together. It will be a face-off here at center ice. That the Rams win. And it's Aaron Leach-Wilson. Duffy deflects it ahead. Only blue jerseys there. And it's Mudrick. Pass pops high in the air. It's gloved down. Ruled legally there by Burkon. And up for it there like a wideout. Now it's a 3-on-2 battle in favor of Drexel in the neutral zone. Steele won it. And back in come the Dragons. Steele to the outside. Shot, pad save, rebound. Looked like it hit a skate and went wide. To the blue line, held in, but the Rams send it right back out. Pass blocked off, and here's Hutchinson. Drops it off, drives towards the goal, return pass to him, aggressive poke Barron, he ends up in the net. The puck may have as well, but an emphatic no-goal signal from the official, and all pushing and shoving after the whistles. Every player on the ice, of course, other than the goaltenders involved, and referee signal no goal, and then looked like maybe he was signaling a penalty. We'll have to see. Perhaps not. 12:43 left here in this wild first period. And there are penalties for the Rams. That's Nick Trabb, and on the other side, William Mikolas. Officials getting together to decide what the situation will be here. After a chaotic almost first half to start the hockey game. Alternate captain Tim Duffy talking to the linesman. Appears we have everything sorted out. It's 2 minutes up on the board for both sides. We'll see if we stay 5 aside, or it's only 5 Rams out there right now. It looks like we might be playing 4-on-4 here. A little bit more room to operate for both sides now. So 4-on-4 for the full 2 minutes, and back in comes Drexel, and Barron had to make a good save that time. Pass off the outside of the goal. Here's Harris. Pass rides high off the glass. And finally the Rams clear it out. Big hip check delivered by Burkhan. 11 on 11 as Del Grosso took the brunt of it. And then Del Grosso took the pass away. Working basically 1-on-2 there though in the corner, and no choice but to eventually give that puck up. Back in Harris. Goes around Smith. Smith takes him to the boards. Now to the point it comes. Burkhan drag shoots. Swallowed up. Rams win the face-off. 1:15 to go here in period number 1. Roughing the penalties as back in comes Ivers. Turned right back around by Drexel. Skated ahead by Ryan Lippy. Lippy to the outside, being watched by Alessi. And Alessi playing the body there, takes the puck away. Stays with it, gets it back out to center, not much further though. And here's Jimmy Jacobs, the shot up high, stopped by Barron. Kravitz leaves it for Ivers, returned to Jacob Kravitz. Goes cross ice. And once again, here's Thomas Ivers who takes a check. Just as he moved the puck. Rams trying to find a way out. Ivers sprung ahead down the wing. May have glanced off the glove of the goalie Richmond and into the netting out of play. Off the draw, swept towards the front. Good stick that time by the goalie Richmond. And back on the cones for this Rams team. 7-1 to start the season. Last time out, a 6-2 victory back on the 11th over Sacred Heart. Centering pass, great diving block that time. And then a tough angle try from Bridgewood. Richmond holds his post. The initial pass blocked by Burkhan, who slid down along the ice. Just about halfway through this first period, the lone goal from the Drexel Dragons. Face-off, though, won by the Rams in the O-zone as they try to get this game knotted up, but a shot fanned on, and back out comes Drexel, body over the line. He was bottled up by O'Donnell, and then the puck given away. Going down to block the shot was Leach Wilson. Shot never came, but he got bumped into. Back the other way, meanwhile, come the Rams. Pass didn't make it through. Now it's William Nicholas. Bouncing puck, knocked back out to center. Skied in on goal from the red line. Richmond stops it. No white jerseys in the area at the moment, so we'll keep it moving. It's skied out where Smith gets to it. Sends it back down the ice. Looked like it probably would have just missed, but Richmond elects to cover it. Only loss so far for Farmingdale came against Rutgers back in late September, 5-2. They responded the next night with a 3-1 win over the Scarlet Knights and have rode the momentum since. But a very tough task here tonight for the Rams, for both these teams too. But both of them have come in playing some of their better hockey here to start the season on win streaks. Dragons bring it back out. So we're back to five-a-side. We were back to five-a-side for a moment there. My apologies. And skated back out by Farmingdale and cleared to the far side. As we approach 9 minutes left here in this first period. Duffy trying to find the puck and fight through. Richmond aggressively will keep the play moving. Puck gets by Duffy that time. Took a weird hop off the boards, and back in comes Hutchinson for Drexel. Double team, got separated from the puck, and Smith skates ahead with it. From the red line, angles it in on goal. Richmond forced to cover as Smith followed things up. Face off here to the left of Tyler Richmond, who hasn't been too busy as far as shots thus far, especially high danger chances. Barron a little bit more, but both teams have done a pretty good job keeping things to the outside. That hit someone on the Rams bench. Offensive zone draw for the Dragons. They win it. Nice move by the left defenseman there. Shot deflected down and hit off the outside of the goal. That was Burkhan who took the shot from the blue line. Rams back out. Nice pass. Moving in from the circle. Blocker save. Richmond couldn't find the rebounds. It popped up in the air. That was Devine who took the shot. Got behind a few of the Dragons. Leach Wilson from just shy of the red line, and the linesmen give the Farmingdale Rams the benefit of the doubt. Santino Tiberio left it for a teammate. Comes out to neutral ice. Quigley from the red line fires it in. And Tiberio draws a checker, kept it moving. Harris knocked off his stick. Here's Ivers behind the goal line. Tried to center it, never made it through. Nicholas off the glass and out. Ivers puts it in. But the Dragons sweep it right out off the stick of Brady Doyle. Doyle again. Behind the net. And around, and the Rams applying the forecheck here, not making it an easy outlet for Drexel. They try the other side, though, and they get out to center. A force back, look out, a steal. Ivers driving in, couldn't get a shot away. Great recovery by Drexel. A chance here, and a great stop in tight by Richmond. As he denied Keller, as the Rams starting to find some offense. Another point shot doesn't make it through, and Richmond finds the rebound. So it appears the net may have popped off as well. There's the end of that Ivers chance, and then we'll get another look at the try from Keller. As he went to work again and fought that puck free for him, and great glove save by Richmond, keeping his team in front with just over 6 minutes left in the opening period, as Farmingdale won that faceoff a little too cleanly. And getting back on it is Smith. Giveaway here, shot on, save, big rebound, move to the slot. And the Rams defense does a good job that time. Bridgewood knocks his man down and forces the puck out. Right back in comes Drexel, and now the Rams with potential numbers moving the other way. Over the line they come, high shot, big rebound, and it's blocked. With maybe their best chances of the night. A huge 2 saves, the second one from one of the defensemen of the Dragons. Here's Lippy, shot on, save Barron. He took a bump from Bridgewood. Left point, easy save, big rebound though, and Barron gets over to make another stop. Now Drexel pushing. Jimmy Jacobs takes it out high, tried to get through, could not get by Minio. A turnover though in neutral ice, back in come the Dragons. Nice move that time, and holding his ground, Barron. What a deke that was by Ryan Sambuco. Crodell clears it out. One of the Dragons hobbled, heads to the bench. That's Tiberio. Crodell jams it out and catches up to it on the other side. He's got Duffy driving, gets the pass through. Duffy! Oh, it wouldn't go! For a brief moment, I think the Rams thought it went in. Back the other way comes Drexel, and Barron makes a save on Jacobs. So Drexel's goal, a quick in and out shot off the back bar, and then Duffy looked like he beat Richmond on the other side there. We'll have to see if it was the post that kept it out. I would assume so. Back in. Here is Duffy. Fakes the shot. Takes it wide from the goal line. He was stopped. Alessi. Past Duffy and all the way around. Kravitz pinches. Shot from the point. Goes wide. Alessi gets to it. Back down for Duffy. Good zone time here for the Rams. Centering pass. Picked off and cleared back out. Down the ice, this could be an icing, and it will be here against Drexel. So we take another look. We have a lot of replays queued up. Probably won't be able to get to all of them before the next face-up, but how about this pass here as well from John Crodell? The saucer on the backhand. Duffy settles it. Looks like it did hit that far post and stayed out. Rams with another offensive face-off, though. Centering pass, and it looked like it was jammed just wide by Keller on the feed from Quigley. Now they jam away at it in the near side corner. Pops to the side of the goal where Richmond will keep it moving on the other side. There's Quigley. Nice move in the corner. Tried to get through a second time, could not. Gets tied up with one of the Dragons, and Drexel clears. hit at the red line as the dump in from Steele ends up on goal as Drexel makes a change. Farmingdale brings it back in, deflected in by Quigley. Final 3 minutes of the period. To the corner, trying to center was Ivers. He could not. Down the ice it goes, delayed icing again. And back the other way comes the draw as the Rams starting to spend more time in the offensive zone here. Have not found the equalizer though. As the puck tied up behind the net, we get a penalty. And the game's first power play coming up. And 2 penalties on either side, played 4-on-4, and it looks like this one is going to be against Dylan Bridgewood. And to the power play goes Drexel, roughing against Bridgewood. And already with the 1-0 lead, the Dragons look to get a late one here and extend it. They win the face-off. On the puck, Sambuco, turn, shoots, save made through traffic. Rebound to the half wall, pops up, Sambuco across. Return to him, center point. Down low. Dropped off to Burkhan. Sambuco up top. Shot blocker down. Rebound swept away by Alessi, and he backhands it down the ice for the clear. Mudrick will go back on it as the Rams make changes. It's about a 20-second differential or so between the penalty time and the game time. Penalty will expire first here. Burkhan drops it off. Harris, center point, pass knocked away, picked off and cleared by Gavin Del Grosso. Drexel starts back up the ice here. Sambuco over the line, takes it wide. Sambuco has a player, backdoor. Great defensive play by Smith. To the point though, held in. Sambuco across the ice, pass got deflected. Hutchinson stays with it. Final minute of the period, 30 left on the penalty. Save Barron. And cleared away once again. Both teams will make final changes here on the final 20 seconds of the power play. Skated out and in by Drexel, not very far, and given away, chipped back out by Farmingdale. Dying seconds of the penalty, standing stop there from Barron. Gets the whistle, 1 second left before Bridgewood joins the play. .22 left in the period. Puck down. Bridgewood out of the box. Successful kill for Farmingdale. And they'll look to even this game here in the dying seconds. Giveaway, though, at the blue line. Rams take it back. Backhanded in by Duffy. 7 left on the clock. Duffy in on the forecheck. Puck in the air. That will be how the first period comes to an end. The lone goal for the Drexel Dragons. A blink and you'll miss it goal, and they have the 1-0 lead heading to the locker room for the first time tonight. We'll step aside for a quick break here for the intermission. We do apologize for the technical difficulties. We'll try to get that sorted out during intermission. It's 1-0 Drexel after 1 here for ACHA Hockey on the LI Sports Network. Well, we're back for the second period here on LI Sports Network. Made a quick run to Best Buy and got the equipment sorted out, so we should be pretty good here. We once again apologize for the technical difficulties. But with Paul Trentini on the camera, Gabe Takuri on the board, I'm Brady Campbell. It is a 1-0 lead for the Drexel Dragons to start the second period on an early goal from number 22, Hayden Surratt. In a pretty evenly played period. There was a 4-on-4 sequence, lone power play for Drexel as well late in that period on a roughing penalty against Bridgewood of Farmingdale, but they killed it off, and we are back 5-on-5 to start period number 2. And the Rams win it forward and bring it into the attacking zone. Anthony Rodriguez sweeps it wide around the boards, getting to it. Jimmy Jacobs of the Dragons leaves it off to Burkhan. Glove down by Harris, and he's back out to center. Draws a couple Rams, sweeps it across the ice. Dumped in by Santino Tiberio. Flip back out by Farmingdale. Jacobs with it again. Nice stretch pass on. A chance here. Barron fights it off. Up and into the netting. On the try from Ryan Sambuco. Sambuco's been very active here tonight so far offensively. It'll be a face-off to the right of Barron. It's won by his team, and Farmingdale will clear. Quigley uses the glove, but that's a hand pass here against the Rams. We'll do it from the same spot. Once again, the Rams come in 7-1, the Dragons 5-1. Both teams, ironically, lost their second game of the season. Here's Quigley with a Dragon stick caught up in his pads, feeds it across, and it's shot off the outside of the goal. That was Ivers. Maybe passed off a bit too late, but he ran out of room. He outweighted the goalie, Richmond, but ran out of room himself. And it stays 1-0. Joe Quigley tied up again, drops it off. Here's Keller. Keller, a power move, missed the net wide. It comes all the way around and back out. Devin Quinones was stripped of the puck, centering pass. Good recovery by Farmingdale. Hutchinson tries to feed it across. It was picked off. Back out starts Keller. Keller, here's Duffy. No, it didn't go. Did it? It did. 2 goals, 1 for each side. Both a bit controversial, but we'll see as Tim Duffy has tied the game for the Rams. If you're just joining us, or once again, we apologize for the technical difficulty. Surratt goal was in and out. This one, I think I saw the net move a bit there. Either way, it's not my decision. It does count, and the Rams have tied the game here early in the second period. And the man with the goal for the 7, Duffy from the red line on goal. Stopped and held, and a bit of rough stuff after the whistle. That's Crodell of Farmingdale against Lippy of Drexel. Shout out Rin Shimano. What a goal by Tim Duffy indeed in the comments. I went off the glove side post as right off the face-off, a blocker save by Richmond. And then I guess off the back bar and in as a shot blocked again. Not making things easy on me tonight, trying to call the goals. Here comes Drexel back in, trying to get it back and take the lead. A shot towards the goal blocked. Burkhan let that one go. Pass towards the front off a skate, ends up on goal, where it is covered by Andrew Barron. Just about 2.5 gone here in the second. A tightly contested game by two of the hotter teams here in the ACHA level. Of course, Farmingdale, ACHA M2, Drexel M1. But they'll be playing each other twice here, back-to-back. Tomorrow night, Drexel, the home team, shot from the point. Burkhan looking for the Harris deflection, and the stop was made. To the near side it comes. Minio keeps it moving, and back out come the Rams. O'Donnell puts it behind the net, out of his net, gave it away, but able to get back into position as Bridgewood had the steal. Richmond, a dangerous play there. Stepping into Lessie, time room off a stick and into the netting. Can't ask for much more time than what Frank Alessi had there. Tried to pick his spot through all the traffic. Richmond, though, a good stop. Face-off won by the Dragons. Here's William Nicholas. Gave it away. Quigley. Ivers gets a touch on it as it moves around far side to near, and Quigley steps up to help hold that puck in for a moment. Now the Dragons able to fight it back out. Alessi. Glove down. Great play that time by Keller, and he keeps it moving for Ivers. Ivers dips the shoulder. Swings it in front looking for Keller. Great play that time by Nicholas. Has it here. Pass got deflected. Rams in the midst of a exchange as the puck came near their bench. Off the glass, settles down at the red line for steal. And back in comes Drexel, an outside shot save made, and two players collide after the whistle. Incidental. 4 minutes, 6 seconds gone in period number one, and what has been a good game so far as advertised between the Rams and the Dragons. Rams win the face-off here and they sky it out. It ends up in the Drexel bench area. Face-off comes back down. Drexel wins the face-off a bit too cleanly. There's the pass. Missed the intended target in Lippy and back out. He'll chase it down. Reverses course, getting to it Rodriguez. To the point it comes. Hops the stick of Leach Wilson and back out. He chases it down, flips it ahead. Taken by Lippy. Leach Wilson gets a stick on it. Devine steps up. Taking possession back here, Drexel. Banked ahead, but right on the tape of Quinones. Up for Del Grosso. Good back check that time by Body. Forces it out to neutral ice. Rams will reset and dump it in. Surratt and Duffy, the goal scorers here. Drexel in the first. Farmingdale here early in the second. This will be icing against the Rams. That was Ryan Hopkins just from the wrong side of the red line. Face off to the right of Barron. It will be Ryan Sambuco. Taking it for Drexel. Comes to the near side of the half wall. Two players lock up there. Harris trying to move it. The Drexel captain. Rams captain Joe LaChase. Not playing tonight. He was injured early on in this season. No icing here. Here's Burkhand, tried to move it. Pass was knocked down, but Drexel able to recover and force it back out. Barron for Smith. Off the skates of Jace Lombardo and down the ice. Duffy will catch it. Didn't have much room. Tried to roof it and shot it wide. Back down the ice could be a chance here for Drexel. Sambuco will catch up to it behind the net. Wrap try. Save made. Back the other way comes Farmingdale. They gave it up. And Drexel turning things back around. Here's Jacobs. Nice move. Jacobs centering pass. The net popped off there for a moment. We play on as Barron tries to readjust. Great defensive play on the pass across. This is icing. Here's a chance for Sambuco. Obviously couldn't do much with it there. By the time he catches up to it, goes for the wrap try, but with him the whole way was Barron. Face-off win by the Dragons here. They go to the goal, redirected, it went just wide. Centering pass taken by the Rams, and they start out. Dangerous tip in front. Barron may have gotten the slightest piece of it. Either way, it just trickled past that near side post. Drexel back to work, takeaway, and penalty coming up here against the Dragons. As Duffy caught a stick to the midsection. Now he drives towards the goal. His pass back door was picked off. O'Donnell was on the far post. But for the first time tonight to the power play, go the Farmingdale Rams. This was the latest chance for the Dragons right off the face-off moments ago. It's Mikolas from the point. Shot gets through. Oh, looks like maybe just getting a piece was Barron. First power play again for Farmingdale here. Face off to the left of Richmond. And they win the draw. Alessi goes across with it. Ivers up to Alessi, near side. Keller down to Quigley. Returns it. Keller up top. Alessi has time again. Lets one go. Richmond the save. Ivers keeps it moving. Bridgewood now tied up. Needs some help. Quigley. Bridgewood sweeps in front. Holding his ground is Richmond. Bridgewood with this latest opportunity there. The power forward with the puck tied up behind the goal, trying to catch Richmond napping. He had some help in front. And we remain tied here. 1:37 left on the power play. Back to Alessi. Frank Alessi moves in, takes a shot. Save made. Bridgewood may have gotten the piece. And it angled wide off the pad. To the near side it comes. Shot misses from Keller all the way around and back out. Of course, that's the risk you take on the missed net. Here's Alessi. Takes a bump, drops it off to Quigley. His pass in the skates of Keller as he was trying to go across to Ivers. And it worked out for Drexel as it was cleared down the ice by Eto. Halfway through the man advantage here. Back in come the Rams. Dumped into the corner. They make their final changes here to their second unit. O'Donnell up to Alessi. Still remaining from the first unit, Duffy. Alessi down low from the circle. Shot stopped and held by Richmond. 32 left on the power play here. 11:30 left in the second. Farmingdale wins another face-off. Down it goes. Now back up to Duffy. Passing at the point. Duffy steps in. Not too much trouble there as it's glove for Richmond. Face off to the near side, banked down the ice and all the way down. That should just about do it here for this man advantage for Farmingdale. The Drexel Dragons will get back to 5-a-side in 5 seconds. Down the ice it goes, 2 seconds and 1. We're back to 5-a-side. Successful kill for Drexel. Out of the box, Hutchinson. After the penalty, he goes to the bench for the quick change. It's replaced by Harris. Farmingdale still working here in the offensive zone. Nice move to shake free by Quinones, and his shot deflects wide. Duffy tries to step up, chopped at and back out. Banked right back in, and I believe offside's the call. Either that or hit someone in the bench. Face-off will be just outside the Drexel zone. Looks like the call was offside. Around the boards it comes, stepping up Kravitz. Draws a double team. Just moved it to the corner. Now on it, Sambuco. Pinching down Rodriguez as he was playing the point there. Locks up with Harris. Puck comes free. Sambuco tried to move it. Couldn't get it by Kravitz. Holds it in. Swings it back around. We're halfway through this hockey game here. Regulation time. Tied up at 1. Dug free. Centering pass. Just out of the reach of the intended target. Great defensive play there by Drexel. They come back in. Jacobs couldn't quite catch up to it. Swept to the corner by Barron. Farmingdale tries to clear. They do. They might have a 2-on-1 here. Del Grosso. Good back check there by Drexel, forcing him to a shot out wide, and it was stopped. Sambuco denied at the line. Battle ensues right at the blue line there on the near side. And it comes free. Harris driving in. Harris scores! Making something out of nothing. Matt Harris emerges with the puck and makes the power move to the goal and stuffs it past Barron. As Drexel able to keep that puck in, and it was worked free down low to Harris. He realizes he's got time there and stuffs it past Barron, who knocked the net off in the process of trying to make that save there. Looks like the assist should go to Jimmy Jacobs, as it looked like he chipped it past the Rams and to Harris. And back in front goes Drexel. Ivers, as the Rams try to respond, give away, and back out come the Dragons. Here's Steele. On goal, swept aside. Steele, centering pass, ended up on goal again. Knocked away by Barron. Held in, shot, save Barron. Held in again. Steele, centering pass, fired wide. Good look that time for Mudrick. Shot from the right point misses. Mudrick, pass a bit too far for Lippy and back out. This is Lazine, cross corner dump. Drexel will change 4 of their players. Read that time by Hutchinson, but he couldn't quite hold it in. Rams will look to reset. That pass out hit Eisler. He's being harassed, has to move it quickly, does. Burkhan kept him moving, takeaway. Farmingdale tries to bring it back in, and now Drexel going the other way. Eisler tried to center it, picked off by the Rams. Cleared out, taking a hit from Burkhan that time was Ivers. Chopped at Ivers, moving in, partial breakaway, fought off. Stays in play, and Drexel able to clear. Looks like perhaps getting a piece of that with the shoulder was Richmond. That puck played with a high stick, and we get the whistle. Thomas Ivers has been hanging around in the offensive end tonight. Have a good look here. Nice play between his own legs to get reception of that puck. No, he did beat Richmond, not the bar. So the iron has certainly played a role in this game for both teams. More so, I'd say that back bar in the net. Face-off win for Farmingdale in the offensive zone, but a great play that time by Sambuco knocks it back out. Bridgewood deflects it in. Heads in after it, puts a shoulder into Burkhan. With another check, puck comes to the circle. Centering pass looking for Bridgewood. Didn't make it through. Up top they go. Alessi keeps it moving. Now the pass to Quinones was picked off. Held in. Bridgewood to the slot. Down low. Feed in front. Shot deflected and went wide. Rams starting the press now. Pass towards the point. Picked off, but a great play that time. Pass towards the front though. Stolen and cleared. Could be an icing. It's a foot race. No, waved off. Ooh, and dangerous collision there. Looks like Sambuco lost his edge. And that's why they often call the icings, but he gave it a good run. He is back to his feet and will skate off. Just in the nick of time to create the onside play. Swept out though, and back the other way. Duffy catches up to it in the corner as a teammate going to the goal. Holds on to it. Sauces it out top. Shot! Oh, that hit something and went wide. I'm not sure. It might have hit the pipe again. Behind Richmond as he picked it up at the last moment on the shot by Kravitz. Dumped in on net where it's covered by Barron. And boy, the Rams have had a couple of close calls here in the second period to either take the lead prior to the Drexel goal or at least tie it here. 5.5 left in the second period. Drexel still hanging on to the lead. They'll have the offensive face-off here. The Rams win it. Great play to step up by Mudrick. So they'll try the other side. Alessi back for Kravitz. Feeds it through. Down the ice. Could be icing. Duffy going to give it a run. This time, though, couldn't quite beat Mikolas down the ice. Face off to the left here of Barron. And it's one back to the point. Drexel keeps it alive. Shot goes high off the stick of Eto. And cleared back out. Working 1-on-2 here. Crodell doing a good job getting the shot away. A good save, then that one thrown on goal, and it's stopped as well by Richmond. How about this individual effort here from John Crodell? Turning nothing into something there and creating an opportunity. He's getting that shot away, and that's a tricky one for goaltenders sometimes, as Brady Doyle and William Mikolas were defending. Face-off win through traffic. The shot from Del Grosso got blocked. Nearly ended up in the Farmingdale bench, and still back in comes Eisler. Body into help. Move behind, only one there, Alessi. Flips it to the blue line and out. Eisler goes across, not seeing the oncoming checker was Hutchinson, and here come the Rams. Kravitz joins the rush. He had the puck, drops it off to Devine, trying to center. It got blocked. Rams making changes. Great play by Devine. Takes the puck away. Shot muffled on its way. Stick save. Centers it. Pinballed around behind the goal. 4 minutes left here in the second period. Then has seen 2 goals so far, 1 for each side. Shot on from a ways out, and Barron will elect to hold. Both teams making changes. Next goal in this game, a big one. Those goals have come at least close to a premium here tonight. Both teams have had their chances. Goaltending has been solid. The post has gotten involved. Here's a chance. Harris again, blocked down in front. Drexel going to work here in the O-zone. Great play that time by Quigley. Potential numbers for the Rams. 2-on-1. Ivers. Keller to the net. Keller! It stayed out! Another try off a body and wide. What a stop. Shot blocked, and we get the whistle. Looks like the net's off its moorings. Linesman will come in to put that back in place. How about this chance? Farmingdale coming oh so close here in the second. A few more times. Ivers with a great feed right under the stick. Off the right pad. And a great play on the back check by Jimmy Jacobs as well. Not sure if that puck still had steam going towards the goal line, but he made sure of it. Keller wins it forward. Keller tries to center, and Ivers got a good shot away. But along the post that time to make the save was Richmond. Farmingdale pushing for a late goal. Great vision that time. Keller knew he had time. Eyes up. Do it again. Same spot. Face-off win. Quigley takes a shot in and out of the glove for a moment of Richmond, but he's able to snag it. .3:17 left. One more time here from the near side circle. The Rams win it. Keller right through the top of the crease. No one home. Here comes Drexel. Back in. Clear just beyond the line. A delayed offside. Farmingdale back out. Keller deflects it in. Ivers goes to work against Mikolas. He does a good job protecting the puck that time. Quigley hustles after it, though, at the half wall to keep the play alive in the offensive zone. And to the line. It was ruled onside. A little bit of a delayed call, but Keller wasn't sure, so he left the puck. And Drexel was able to clear. Puck held in here, and then a nice sweeping check that time from Joe Quigley. Forces it out. Hammered around the boards by the Dragons. Back out to center, though. Ivers dropped it between his legs. Dragons take possession back. Keller with the check that time on Surratt. Could be a chance here for Farmingdale now. Great defensive play by Lippy. They do dump it down the ice in the midst of a change. Under 2 minutes left. Second period of play. Down the ice, Kravitz will leave it for his D partner, Devin Quinones, who flips it back out to center. Right back down the ice comes Drexel. Don't know if that was deflected. They say no, icing. And so just over a minute and a half left. Face-off comes back down towards the Dragons goalie, Tyler Richmond. Bridgewood to take the face-off. He's got Minio lined up right behind him at the dot. He wins it back towards the boards. Bouncing puck. Minio gets to it. Has a man in front. Great defensive play that time by Lippy. Denying that one-time try. Minio kept it alive for a moment. But Lippy with a strong shift here so far in his own end. Delayed offside. O'Donnell has to go touch up. That allows Lippy to start ahead. Gains the red line. Hammers it around the boards. Rams on it. Look out. Drexel in the change. Nearly got the puck right back in front of their own bench. Final minute of the second. Drexel with the 2-1 lead. O'Donnell deflects it in. Lippy gets to it and just flips it back out. Kravitz fires it back in as the Rams make a change. Delayed offside as their change comes from the wrong side of the blue line. Lippy on the tape of Body. Body fires it wide on the dump in. Getting to it is Jacobs. Tries to center it. Only white jerseys there. Minio kept him moving for Jace Lombardo, who nearly gloved that down. Unable to catch up to it to hold it in was Kravitz. Pass Vandon. Puck loose in the slot. And to the rescue is Santino Tiberio. Lombardo couldn't find it. Shot here. Final second. Save. Puck ends up wide. Second period will come to an end. The Rams with the late push. The Dragons nearly extended their lead in the final seconds. But at the end of two, it's a 2-1 lead for Drexel. Just about really in the same spot as the end of the first. As the go-ahead goal for the Dragons coming from the captain, Matt Harris, after Tim Duffy tied things up early in the period. Take a break for the intermission. Be back for the final 20 on the way. Should be a good finish. Don't go anywhere. You're tuned into ACHA College Hockey right here on the LI Sports Network. We are back for the third period of play here on LI Sports Network. Brady Campbell with you alongside Gabe Takuri on the board, Paul Trentini on the camera. It's a 2-1 lead for the Drexel Dragons after 40 minutes of play. They led 1-0 after one on an early goal from Hayden Surratt. Rams tied it early in the second. Tim Duffy, blink it and you'll miss it. And then taking the lead in the latter stages of that period were the Drexel Dragons on the goal from the captain, Matt Harris. Final 20 minutes of play between both of these one-loss teams. Who will stay that way? Can the Rams fight back? It's been a tight one throughout. Puck is down. We are underway for the final 20 minutes of regulation time. Down the ice it goes. Jacob Kravitz on it. Give away to Harris. Sweeps it right through the high slot. And it comes back out. The D pass deflects to the near side corner. Quigley for Ivers. In front. Great defensive back check that time. Puck still alive though. Out to the point. High shot knocked out. Save made. Rebound under the left pad of Tyler Richmond, who has been stellar tonight. Makes a few more great saves. The first on Keller in the slot, who actually had a stick lifted by Evan Mudrick. But how about a couple of these stops here in tight? First that one. Kind of a fluttering puck. Keller a few more whacks at that rebound. Couldn't get it past Richmond. Good opening shift for the Farmingdale Rams trying to tie this game up. Big hit delivered there into the boards. That time on Lazine. Hit came from O'Donnell, and Farmingdale back out. Bridgewood drops it. O'Donnell long shot. Stick save. Quinones didn't get much on his try. Back out comes Drexel. Over the line, shot, doesn't make it through. Blocked by Leach Wilson. To the blue line and out. Foot race. Good hustle that time by Mikolas to keep it out of harm's way. Errant pass, though, allows the Rams to take back possession in the form of Frank Alessi. Now Thomas Smith. Red line and in. Over the net. Here's Surratt. Gets it out. Smith. And then a bank pass, and no one in particular will go down the ice here. Icing against Farmingdale. .13 remaining. Of course, the Dragons 5-1, Rams 7-1. Andrew Barron and Tyler Richmond have done their part here tonight, but it's the Dragons in front by one. Smith to the point, shot fluttering down, and case in point there, Barron makes the right pad save. Pass hopped off the stick of Duffy. Backhanded down the ice, and Barron will make no risk here and cover it. Just over 2 minutes gone here in the third period. Face off to the left of Barron. Farmingdale wins it. Off the glass, held in. Pass towards the slot, bouncing through. Harris fights it towards the net, but wide. Alternate captain, Tim Duffy. Has to move it quickly, does. Good reception of the pass that time by Kravitz. Gets it up for Crodell, who gets the red. Puts it in. It looks like it hit the linesman, though. And that allowed Drexel to take back possession easily. And here's Burkhand. Stretch pass. Harris offside. He was in alone. Perhaps too quick, though. And the face-off now will also obviously come all the way back down the Drexel end, with the pass pretty much originating from the goal line. That was a great pass. Harris couldn't just time it up. Here is Harris. Works his way out. Great feed. Down the wing. A chance goes high off the stick of Jacobs. It found the glass. 3 minutes gone here in the third. Matt Harris. Stripped of the puck. Out come the Rams. 2-on-2 rush down the ice. Turning back with it, Del Grosso. He's taken to the boards. Then gets into a headlock match there with one of the Dragons. Can't quite tell who, and they spill down to the ice, and we get the whistle. Del Grosso ended up on top of William Mikolas. And I'd imagine, even though the ref didn't really signal anything, that we'll be getting penalties out of this. Both players do head to the box. It's roughing against Del Grosso and interference against Mikolas. And for the second time tonight, 4-on-4 hockey. Big point here in this game. Can neither team take advantage of it? Ivers tries to go forward with it. Instead, it was taken and forced out by Burkhand. Here is Ivers, picking up speed through neutral ice. Takes the shot, missed low glove side. Quigley to Ivers. Fending off the defender. Great job by Burkhand. Quigley in to help. Back down Ivers. Gets it out center point. Smith takes the shot, blocked in front. Ivers separated from the puck. Quigley on the forecheck. Great pinch by Smith. Keeps it alive for Quigley. Pass, though, behind Aaron Leach-Wilson and off his skate. Back out to center. Ivers deflects the puck ahead, trying to catch it. Forces Doyle back and nearly took the pass away. Ivers still on the forecheck. Now Drexel, though, able to find a way back out. Here's Steele over the line. To the outside. Have more room to operate, but instead he swings a shot towards the goal that's gloved and held by Barron. .15:39 left here. Third and final period of play. 54 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey. Face off back to Lippy. His shot didn't make it through. Devine got knocked down by Harris. Rather, that was Alessi who popped back up and then moved the puck. Look out here, trying to split his way through. Bridgewood pokes it, trying to catch it. Look out on the poke check. Hustling to it to get his stick on it in time was Richmond. But almost put too much backspin on that poke check. Popped it directly up in the air, was able to recover before Bridgewood could find it. That was going backwards. Dangerous play there. Richmond, though, able to recover. Bridgewood wins it back. Alessi curls to the blue line and then is just forced out. Great pressure there by Jacobs. Kravitz stripped of the puck by Harris. What a game he's had. Looking for another save made. Wraps around the boards while the defensive Drexel was in a change. It's going to work out perfectly, though. And here they come. Harris. Jacobs, right pad save. Big rebound. Rams bring it out. Back to 5 aside. Clearing attempt by the Dragons. Makes its way back out to center. O'Donnell will go for a change. Quinones had it taken away, and Jacobs was all alone in front. He didn't see him. Shot from the point, save made Barron. The rebound popped right back into him. He gets the cover. Five and a half minutes gone, third period. Drexel still in front by the same score as we started the frame. A 2-1 lead. They win the offensive zone draw. Shot gloved by Barron. We'll do it again. This time, a great tie-up by John Crodell, and he wins it back. Duffy sweeps it out into the skates of Lazzini. Kept it moving, banked ahead for Eric Eisler. Eisler taken into the boards by Duffy. Puck free behind the net, swept out towards the front. Ends up in the near side corner. Farmingdale clears. Adam Lazzine goes back to his defense. Return feed, he deflects it off the dasher and in. Quinones gave it away. Shot blocked, out to the point. It comes, another try. May have deflected, went high off the glass. Rams back out. Pass gets through Duffy and down the ice. No icing. Overskates the play. More room for Mikolas. Drexel really pushing for that third goal. Insurance goal here early in this third period. Dump in by Leach Wilson. He'll go for a change. Dangerous pass there. Just gets back out to center. Rams back in, just onside. Keller driven hard into the boards. A penalty upcoming here, I believe, on that play, as Mikolas tied him up as the puck went to the corner. See what the call is. Possibly interference there. Indeed it is. Could not let Keller get by, and Rams go back to the power play. Only down one with 12:58 left. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say this is a have to have it, but certainly the way this game is played out, goals hard to come by. This is a big moment in the game right here. They win the draw to Alessi. Devine steps up, goes across to Ivers. Thomas Ivers walking down to the circle. Bridgewood sweeps in front. Good defensive stick. Quigley was lurking. Fired down the ice. Alessi leaves it for Ivers. Picking up speed through neutral ice. Into the attacking zone. Puck popped up in the air. Look out on the Drexel bench. As one of their own. Looks like Surratt fired that in there. And the faceoff will stay in the Dragons' end. 30 seconds gone on the penalty. Faceoff one straight back. Ivers. Alessi. Moved it quickly. Devine. Off a skate. He was looking for Quigley in that bumper area. But it banks out to center. Alessi. Over the line. The defenseman will drive down low. Pass goes across. Joe Quigley down low. Ivers. Trying to shake free of the checker. Errant pass. Rolling puck to the blue line. Good hustle by Keller to hold it in. Ivers fanned on the pass. Quigley kept the play alive. Another clearing attempt. Got by Thomas Ivers. And back out to center. Not very far. 40 left on the penalty. Pass towards Quigley. Out of his reach down the ice from the wrong side of the red. It's icing against Farmingdale. 37 left on the penalty. 11:35 in the game. At least regulation time. Rams win the D-zone draw. Bridgewood. Errant pass. This could be another icing. And it is. Almost a little bit of a late whistle there, but another face-off back down near Andrew Barron with just 23 left on the Farmingdale power play. Haven't really gotten anything to the net here so far on the man advantage. A lot of passing to the outside. A very aggressive penalty kill from the Drexel Dragons. Farmingdale wins the face-off again. Alessi. Bridgewood heads off the ice. He's replaced by Duffy. Alessi brings it in. Return drop pass to him. Just 7 left on the penalty. Cross ice. Shot deflects in and it's stopped. And cover with just 1 left on the penalty. Nicholas had the penalty box door ajar. Now has to close it. Still doesn't look like it's fully closed there. He's anticipating the face-off to rejoin the play. Puck is down, and another successful kill for Drexel. As they sky it out to center. 3-on-2 here over the line, but it's offside as Jacobs can time up that pass. Mudrick will take the face-off here against Crodell. And Crodell won it to Duffy. Now it's Smith. Deflected in by Lombardo, but out of play. Face-off will be just outside the Drexel zone, it looks like. Just about halfway through the third. Score is not changed. Nope, they'll move it to center ice. Same two will take the face-off here. Very choppy third period, a lot of whistles. This time it's one forward by Mudrick. Deflected out past Crodell. Chopping at it, Duffy. Going up to get a glove on it that time was Lombardo at the blue line. Mudrick back in. Just spills it to the corner as Smith took a tumble. Poked ahead, and out come the Rams. Moving in Lombardo. Nice play, left it for Duffy. Tried to stuff it, big rebound, and pinballed around and wide. Crodell was driving towards the goal. Near takeaway by Duffy. Instead of collision, and a dump in for Drexel. Under 10 minutes left, third period of play. Pass gets by Crodell and down the ice for an icing. Latham Hutchinson's line comes back out to take the offensive zone faceoff. Crodell still out there after the icing, and he wins it to the half wall, and Farmingdale will just sky it out and sneak in a couple changes. Meanwhile, this might be an icing. It is against Drexel. Looks like it was deflected maybe a few strides behind the red line. Farmingdale offensive zone face-off here. Trying to get the equalizer. Comes to the point. Held in. Back down it goes. Nicholas takes a bump. Stays with it though. And Drexel comes back out. Neither team with a whole lot of sustained zone time here in this third period, which Drexel doesn't necessarily mind as much with the lead as they get the dump in here. And then a great play at the boards by Lazine. Recovery for Farmingdale, but Lazine with a pickpocket again. 2-on-2 battle in the near side corner. Clock under 9 minutes left here in the third period. Devine in to help. Played by the high stick of, looks like that was Eto, but next played by the Rams as they come back in. Devine trying to take advantage. The shot deflects high up into the ceiling. Everyone obviously stopped there after Eto knocked it down, and Devine said, "You know what, why not? I'm gonna try to beat you up the ice." And had a decent look there, but good recovery by the Dragons. 8:43 left, another offensive zone here for the Rams. Trying to win it forward was Keller. Looked like he did initially, but couldn't quite kick it ahead to get a shot off. Drexel guilty of another icing. Tie up and clear down the ice by Drexel. Oh, didn't you know it? No icing. Very similar to the previous plays, but we play on, and Drexel with the pressure. No, blocked. And back out. Hutchinson. Lippy keeps it moving. This one is an icing. Deflected around the red line by somebody, but Farmingdale gets the call. 8:12 remaining. Face off this time to the right. Ivers tries to go forward. He finds it in the corner. Couldn't get it to the front. Keller does. Knocked away. Alessi steps up looking for the deflection. Puck was on edge when he shot it. Ivers couldn't reach it. Gets that puck. Leaves it to the point. Shot towards the goal with Quigley driving, but couldn't get in front. And it's held by Richmond. That was quick. We go back to the left circle. Time's got to be flying by for the Rams in reality, though. Whistle after whistle here in the third period. They win it. Back to Smith. Puck on edge. Deflected down. Scooped up. And we'll do it again. Rams starting to get a little bit of pressure here. A lot of shots from the outside the point. But they're starting to get a little bit of traffic. Pushing for that equalizer. It's a great deflection that time from Bridgewood. To the point. Held in by Quinones. Bridgewood walks up with Tiberio. It came back to the blue line. Smith shot steer to the side. Banked down and out. And Smith nonchalantly in front of his own bench. And what was almost a 2-on-1. Chopped it off one of the Dragons and into his own bench. Or at least off someone in his own bench. 7:20 left. Bridgewood with the face-off. Here's Smith. Oh, look out. Giveaway. Drexel return feed. Lazine couldn't quite reach it. He stays with it, though, in the corner. Gets the return pass. But Farmingdale trying to work it out. Lazine stays with it. That's a hand pass as it hit his glove before next play by Satoru Eto. Just over 7 minutes on the clock. 7:02 to be exact. Tie up at the dot, and Drexel comes away with the puck. Duffy on the forecheck. Swept in on the dump in by Lombardo. Dragons trying to clear. Puck hops the stick, a body and out. Alessi goes D to D, another turnover. Back in comes the Dragons. The shot from Eisler didn't get through. Knocked back out by Crodell. On the Dragons, stumble down. In comes Duffy. Tim Duffy to the slot. Save. Rebound. Chopped high. Best chance of the third. More than likely for Farmingdale. Unable to capitalize. Look out here. Looks like some miscommunication led to that sequence. The shot, though, was chopped wide by Eisler. Big check by Alessi as he staples Jacobs into the boards, and then Duffy drills Steele, who had to readjust his bucket. Shot to flex wide, wraps around, and back out. Lippy will get to it. Pace starting to pick up a little bit here as we enter the final 6 minutes of regulation. Great poke there by Alessi on Harris. Harris trying to fight through. Pass off his skate. Couldn't get a shot away. Bounces to the point. Shot goes wide. Big rebound off the end boards. Harris back door. It wouldn't go. Saucer pass. Lippy swallowed up. More pressure now from the Dragons. Looking for that insurance goal that, for all intents and purposes, as we enter the latter stages of this game, could put the game away. Here's the chance from Tim Duffy a few minutes ago. He opens himself up for that look right down Broadway. And then that bouncing puck was just chopped wide. Off the face-off there, a shot missed. Final 5 minutes of regulation. 2-1 lead for Drexel. First of 2 meetings here over these next 24 hours as Quigley was trying to get behind the defense. The pass was knocked down. Getting through there was Smith, and then he got knocked down. Down the ice it goes, deflected by Latham Hutchinson. Keller. Around to the near side. Stays with it. Outlets one-on-one. Here's Leach Wilson over the line. Towards the slot. Lost the handle of the puck. Puts a check into Lazine. Smith stumbled down. 2-on-2 over the line. Comes Drexel. Someone, it looks like one of the Dragons, lost both his stick and his glove. Back in Ivers. Couldn't settle the puck down. Swept away. And then Quigley with a big hit in the corner. Trying to get untangled, and then taking exception to that, and losing his helmet, and then some more rough stuff after the whistle here. That's Surratt, who ends up on top of Joe Quigley as the officials trying to separate them here. Don't believe there was a penalty called on the initial hit. Quigley just kind of caught Surratt in a bad spot there. Could have been more of the time and it took to get untangled there for Surratt. Not being too happy with the play. Here it is, watch the far corner. 57 in white. As Surratt picks up the puck. That's just a good hit. He upends Surratt. But then you watch as the puck comes free. Well, you won't watch. The replay did end, but those two, it took them 5 to 10 more seconds to get untangled. You know, it looks like Surratt, his night is done. 4:01 left He's going to the locker room. I believe that's Quigley in the box currently for Farmingdale. We'll get the penalty sorted out. As of right now, Quigley's 2 minutes are on the board. Long discussion from the officials. Now discussing things with the scorers table here. And now Joe Quigley leaving the box. It looks like he'll be joining Surratt in hitting the showers early as he goes across the ice and to the locker room. So it's actually number 2 up on the board now for Drexel, Latham Hutchinson. I couldn't tell if that was 2 or 22 going. Oh, it was definitely 22 that was involved in the skirmish. This could take a few minutes here, folks. I'll say hi as well to Kevin Broderick in the chat. Lynn Shimano as well. Hope all is going well in Japan. As it appears, they've gotten things sorted out. We're ready to play hockey again just about. As of right now, only on the scoreboard is the one penalty. It reads number 2, Latham Hutchinson, 2 minutes. And out of all of this, looks like Farmingdale will go to the power play, which makes sense, I suppose, out of everything. Didn't really get any signals from the official. He's talking to the scorers table most of the time. Quigley, though, was seemingly a clean hit, and then Surratt went after him, and that's when everything went haywire. So Farmingdale to the power play, 4 minutes to go. And immediately test Richmond. Alessi, the point shot through traffic. He was able to find it. As we said, that last power play didn't necessarily seem like a must score. This one basically just about is. Under 4 minutes left. We'll see how aggressive they get, as Ivers was unsure to pinch or not. And by the time he did, skating it out that time for Drexel was Jacobs. See how aggressive they get with the goaltender. There's still 4 minutes left, so only down 1. Don't expect anything too soon. Back in come the Rams. Alessi steps up to the circle. Drops it off. This power play unit without Quigley, who has been on that first unit every time so far here tonight. Bridgewood. Bridgewood centers. No white jerseys home. It's swept down the ice. Stopping it behind the goal is Barron. And Thomas Ivers weaving his way through the neutral zone over the line under 3 minutes remaining. Flips it ahead. O'Donnell, tough angle try. Stopped by the left pad of Richmond and cleared down the ice. Rams make changes to the power play unit. Alessi has some room to skate. Brings it in. Hammers it around. O'Donnell will let it go for Duffy. O'Donnell stops it. His pass pops up in the air. Lombardo swinging at it. Got his body in the way of that clearing attempt. Duffy keeps it alive. Cuts towards the goal. Return feed to him. Duffy tried to slide it across. And it hit someone in front, and it was covered by Richmond. He had a man going to the goal on the other side. Good little give and go right here. That looks like Lombardo. But the pass could not get through. Getting down to get the block, Benjamin Burkhan. 15 left on the power play. Rams won it. Not enough juice on it, though. And it's intercepted and a shorthanded chance. Harris couldn't quite get through. Leach Wilson locked him up that time, but that will eat the remaining time of the power play. Back to 5 aside, 2 minutes remaining. In regulation, it's a 2-1 lead still for the Drexel Dragons. Score has not changed here in the third period. And now it's certainly time to keep an eye on Andrew Barron as Duffy tries to bring the bouncing puck in. Got his stick tied up. We play on. Drexel bench up in arms as the majority of the power plays, it seems, at least over the last 2 periods, have been in favor of Farmingdale. Haven't been able to convert, though. As to the bench goes Barron, shot on, save made. Richmond couldn't get on the rebound. 6 on 5 here for the Rams. Up top, shot along the ice, stopped. Behind the net, the ref got in the way of a near takeaway. Rams keep it alive, centering pass. Pops out towards the slot. Swept down the ice. It ends up wide. We get a whistle first anyway. Looks like the faceoff will stay in the Drexel zone. With 61 seconds on the clock. Net will remain empty. And it looks like we get a timeout call for Farmingdale. As they'll talk over their final strategy here for the final minute, trying to even this game up. And boy, have they had their chances in the last few minutes here. But what a performance it's been from both goalies. But as of late, Tyler Richmond keeping his team in front by the skin of their teeth, trying to eke this one out for what would be their 5th win in a row. To stay at just 1 loss, they would improve to 6-1. Farmingdale at 7-1 currently. They're on a 6-game winning streak, trying to keep that not only alive, but move it to 7. Ready to go out of the timeout. As expected, looks like Barron will stay put. It'll be Duffy, Keller, Crodell, Bridgewood. Looks like Alessi. Can't quite see that last one. It is Ivers who gets the puck. Tried to feed it to Duffy, who's a bit out of his reach. Final minute. Down the ice it goes. Wide of the empty net. Icing with 49.3 on the clock. Face off to the left, once again, of Richmond. This time the Dragons win it. Lippy with some time here. He'll feed it ahead. Empty net. Great play by Alessi. Rams will take back possession in their own end. Under 40 left. Pass given away. Harris looking for a second. Duffy breaks his stick to get the block. Gets a new one from the bench. Back in, final half minute, swept around the boards, Crodell. Bridgewood over skates, pinning it to the boards is Jacobs. Eating important time off the clock when the Rams takes a spill. Meanwhile, the puck looked like it ended up in the Drexel bench, so with 15.9 left, we got one more face-off here in the Dragons' end. And timeout Drexel, I believe, for their final defensive strategy. Trying to hold on to this hockey game. A 2-1 lead. The scoring summary early in the first. Number 22, Hayden Surratt, got the scoring started with a snipe under the bar to give Drexel the early 1-0 lead. The scoring changed in the second period early on. Tim Duffy, a similar goal off the post and under the bar to tie the game on a snipe for Farmingdale. And then a few minutes later, the Drexel Dragons scored what is the go-ahead and possibly the game winner right now on a goal from Captain Matt Harris. Dragons all set to go out of the timeout. Rams, of course, still with the opportunity to discuss their final plans here for this face-off. Obviously, it's going to have to start with a face-off win. But if they lose it, you got to be ready to dig after that puck. They'll send their 6 out there with the empty net. They've done a good job defensively and their aggressive nature to keep Drexel from the empty net. Here we go. Face off to the left of Richmond. Puck down, one back by the Rams. Alessi towards the goal, diving block, 10 left. Clear the head, flipped out to center. And that might just about do it. Alessi's pass during the delayed offside, cleared down the ice, misses the empty net, but it won't matter. And the Drexel Dragons hold on to win this one 2-1 in a thrilling finish over the Farmingdale State Rams here tonight at the Northwell Health Ice Center. What a hockey game. Back and forth, not a whole lot of goals. Goaltending duel, tight checking. And they'll do it all again tomorrow night. It'll be a home game for Drexel. Gonna be sure to tune into that one if you can. But what a game this was here tonight. Richmond phenomenal. On the other end as well, you got to give credit to Andrew Barron, who was phenomenal. But in the end, Matt Harris's goal stands up as the game winner. That'll do it for our coverage here tonight. For Paul Trentini on the camera, for Gabe Takuri running the board, I'm Brady Campbell signing off. The final score here at Northwell Health Ice Center in East Meadow, New York. The Drexel Dragons 2 and the Farmingdale State Rams 1. You've been tuned into ACHA College Hockey here on the LI Sports Network. Have a great Friday night and a great weekend.